Hi, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Issaquah Buzz, where we talk about all things business in Issaquah, from retail gossip to new restaurants. My name is Autumn Monahan. I work with the city's communications team. I'm here with the city's economic development manager, Alexis Fitzsimmons, to talk about all things business in Issaquah. So for this edition, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions and particularly fitness.
Yes.
As it's the new year, so Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we're okay to still say Happy New Year, right?
I think so. It's only about halfway through January. So.
Yeah. And our first edition of Issaquah Buzz. So we'll talk about just like how you can support local businesses and reach those fitness goals in the new year. But before we get to that, before we get to our workout, let's talk about just some gossip that we've got a fair amount to cover.
We do.
The one I'm most excited about, I always like to lead with like the most exciting one, at least for me personally.
Don't bury the lead.
Right. Woods Coffee is coming to Issaquah.
Yeah.
This is just an exceptional, wonderful, it's a locally owned, Pacific Northwest, family-owned, I believe, too, chain of coffee and cafes. I first went to Woods several years ago. They have one up in Bellingham that is actually in a park right on the water. It's beautiful.
Nice.
And I was just lured in by their branding. I was just on a walk and was like, oh, this looks like a really cool coffee shop. Really delicious coffee, really good treats. I've also been to the location in Bellevue. They find unique places to site their cafes in. So they are eyeing the space at Gilman Station, which was the first Financial Northwest Bank location.
Okay.
So they likely are looking at even having a drive-through window, which is also quite exciting.
It's a great adaptation for a bank.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those that need coffee quickly, they're still in permitting. So this is just like hot off the press news. So not opening anytime soon, but we're very excited to welcome them to Issaquah. They have 22 locations. I was shocked. I only know of the
that
two.
Many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All throughout Washington. So I've been to a couple, but they span all along the I-5 corridor. So I'm excited that Issaquah is one they're eyeing now. And like I said, they have really good drinks. They have a lot of pastries as well. And then I checked out their menu because I had to. They also have even like burritos and other things too for lunch.
Nice.
So so I think it'll be a great addition to all of the cafes we have in Issaquah. I don't think we can have too many in town. And this is just a really good fit, it feels like, for Issaquah. So excited. We will keep you all updated as we know more as far as construction or opening time frame, but know that this is definitely in the works. So exciting news. Let's turn to one that actually is already open versus something that we know is coming.
Yes.
That I haven't even I didn't know anything about, I'm embarrassed to say, but now is on my list to go check out this weekend.
It is on my list as well.
Yeah.
So there's a new Indian grill in Issaquah, and it's located on Locust behind the Atlas Apartments near Gilman Village.
Mm-hmm.
It's family owned, and it's recently opened, like you said. They specialize in Punjabi food, and it's owned by the former owners of the Daisy Tatka food truck.
Oh.
And the reviews online are great. I haven't been yet either. But all the reviews say that it's wonderful, warm service and delicious, authentic food. And I'm really looking forward to going.
Yeah, me too. And they do takeout. So I did look online after I was like, I didn't know about this place.
You're such a little spy.
I know. You can tell I'm a former reporter. Yes. Like I have to just dive in and learn it all. So this used to be, I believe, a Chinese restaurant was the location before. It's just not a place that I drive by a ton, so I didn't even notice it was open because it's behind Atlas. But when you go online, the reviews are really good, and everyone, it's kind of like a secret right now. Of oh yeah. So anyway, we're not making it a secret anymore. Hopefully. Yes. And I'm very excited to check it out. So we'll have to report back to each other once or maybe we go to lunch and try it out.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. The next one is interesting. This one also, so this is a new business that I know has been in contact with economic development, and this very much highlights what your division does at the city as far as supporting not only large businesses, but also startups or ones that are trying to make a name for themselves.
Yes.
So one that we've been talking to is called Nuta, and they specialize in easy-to-manage houseplants.
Yes.
So specific, but also so intriguing of what that means. And so they have a special soil blend that they use. making sure that the plants get proper nutrition. But they have very little maintenance that you have to do, which I think would work for me.
I have a black thumb, so I would definitely need something like this to be able to manage a houseplant in my own apartment.
Yeah, I've even tried, like, there's like online, there's websites that say, like, oh, if you just buy a plant online, this is easy to maintain. And so I've had plants shipped, which I'm embarrassed to say, and those have died as well. So I'm intrigued by this as far as like what they have set up as far as the potting and the soil and the instructions on how to take care of the plants. And they're local. It's not something that you're having shipped from other places.
Yeah.
So anyway, they've got something innovative and cool, which I think is very much a niche for this area. They don't have a storefront yet. So they're looking right now at being at farmers markets or at other kind of pop-up markets around town. So
and orders from their Instagram page, I think,
Yeah.
that they're setting up. And one of the things I really liked about this idea that they came up with is that they're selling mature plants,
Yeah.
right? So you're not like growing it from a seedling, or
Yeah.
they're not, they're selling mature, healthy plants that are already going to bring vibrancy to your home instead of something that you need to grow and manage and pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah, that's totally. That's sign me up. That's what I need. So yeah, they have an Instagram, which is Nuta Plants. So check that out to learn more about kind of the system that they've created and how to buy one. And they also offer, this was interesting too, they also offer plant sitting.
Oh.
I know. So yeah, if you don't have pets or other things where you need someone to come by, but you have plants.
Yeah.
I mean, my family is out of town, and we've had our neighbors have to come by and sort of help.
I wonder if they do plant
alive.
sitting while you're in town so that you don't kill your plants.
Have to ask.
Plant daycare.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm quite excited. Again, something that's like super cool and unique to this area, and I'm excited to see their business grow. So hopefully hear more about that soon. So another one that was on our list that we've heard is coming. This is a spot we've talked about a lot on Issaquah Buzz. There's been several different businesses that have tried out this spot that used to be the old 96, which is also Yummy Yogurt. That's how a lot of people refer to it. So it's right next to JoJo's Coffee, and it's been shuttered for a while, but there is news that something else is going in there now.
Yeah, so the owners of Bai Tong, which is a Thai restaurant, it has 5 locations across Redmond, Tukwila, Seattle, and now in Issaquah will be opening its location. The name's not yet been chosen, but it's rumored that the restaurant will be serving dishes from across Asia, not just Thai.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I like that idea that it's a variety of Asian food. And Bai Tong is already local up in the Issaquah Highlands, so they also have a connection to this community. So it's exciting that they want to expand. Just the restaurants here in town, and they're very, it's a stable business and one that has been around for a while. So I'm excited for that. You always want more food options on Front Street, so that will be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Another business that we have talked about before, but has an update. This is hot off the press from, hot off Facebook as of like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Anyway, I just saw this from those that work on social a lot at the city. So Trailhead Taps and Bottles, which we talked about many months ago. It's going in the old Les Experiences. It's the French bakery that was up in the Tallis neighborhood. Is now transitioning to be a bar. So they'll be serving beer and wine. And so they have a Facebook account and just announced that construction is happening. So there was some pictures of like actual work happening with their contractor. So especially for those that live in Tallis, know that it's coming soon. I know that there's a lot of excitement in that neighborhood to have kind of a neighborhood gathering spot.
Yeah.
So we'll be following their progress, and we'll be announcing when they're open to go check that out.
Awesome.
The other thing that came through, as you know, in my file around just what's going on as far as business news, and one that business we've never talked about here before is Issaquah Lumber. This business is an institution in Issaquah, and there's a few around. It's kind of like Bohm's in my mind as far as like a business that's just been around forever. So, in fact, 135 years. I have it here in my notes.
Wow.
They've been around, for a really long time.
Yeah.
So they were just recently honored by LBM Journal out of 70 different nominees as a Dealer of the Year award. So they just came through as far as just local news, and I thought, you know what, this is a good time to really feature that we have such an institution here in town, and one that is a region-wide resource when it comes to building throughout, I would say, Washington State. As I kind of dove in a bit more, once again, like Googling and really reminding myself what Issaquah Lumber was all about, they have an amazing social presence, and they also have their own podcast.
Oh, they do.
They do.
I wonder what they talk about.
So I dove in a little bit, and just for those who are interested, they talk a lot about like unique, cool projects or new materials. So for those that are just like in the world of home remodeling, or they're thinking about building a home, or if they're in that space and they just want to know like what's new and trendy, this podcast is super local here to Issaquah. I thought that was a really interesting idea for them on how they're promoting a lot of what they're selling. So anyway, check it out. I thought that was interesting. But congrats to Issaquah Lumber for getting some shout out on a more national scale. Just really proud that they're here in Issaquah. Okay, so I think that is through all of our gossip. And we're talking about setting New Year's resolutions. And oftentimes for many folks, that's, all right, how do I keep my body moving, especially during maybe months of indulgence during the holidays, but then also in kind of the dark and dreary months that we're in now, where sometimes it might be hard to get out and be motivated and exercising. So, we just took like a look back at all the different gyms and yoga studios in town. There are a ton.
Yeah, we have a great fitness community here in Issaquah.
Yeah. So for those that are looking for a new gym, I mean, there's so many options. I thought it'd be good for us to kind of go through these and really kind of call out their locations, and also what they feature, just depending on what your interest level is. So we all know about Planet Fitness. We've covered them before on The Buzz. They're near PCC. Super popular, I know, and one that has a whole lot of traffic, along with 24-Hour Fitness is the other one, which is behind Issaquah Lumber. Speaking of, they get 2 shout-outs and 1 buzz. There's CrossFit Issaquah, and they are behind Formula Brewing. So I've seen them before, especially working out even outside of their little gym area and just, like moving tires and things as CrossFit does. So that's another awesome location right there, kind of down on the valley floor. The Issaquah Highlands has a ton of options. And so 3 that we had a call out for were Monday Fitness, also Orangetheory Fitness, and then the Bar 3. And going back down into the valley along Gilman is a cycling place, which I had to remind myself of. It's called Iron and Company. So they're kind of in Gilman, and something that I've actually checked out before, but I'm intrigued because cycling is something that I definitely have an interest in. So I wanted to learn more about that. And then there's Fitbox Fitness that's near Forest Ferry Bakery on Front Street. And then finally, a shout out to the Issaquah Community Center. So that is another spot that I have also worked out at over the years. So we have a track at the Community Center, super affordable option to get an annual pass. And then we do have workout equipment. And so I know that our community center is really busy, especially during the day, but it's also available for nighttime workouts too. I love being up there on the 2nd floor of the community center and just having the view of downtown Issaquah. It's beautiful. So that's a really affordable option too if you already kind of know what your workout plan is and you just need the equipment. So
what I like about this list is that there's really something for everybody and everybody's lifestyle in Issaquah to stay healthy and be active, whether it's from our community center to some of these other gyms and things. And whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a working professional, you've got something where you can go have a sense of community, a sense of accountability, or a self-directed opportunity if you're really good and far into your fitness journey. So I think it's a really great part of our community that we can have these types of businesses here.
Yeah, and you're right. It does. There's the option of working out at home, but then when you go out to some of these places, it also is a connection that you can have. I mean, some people want to work out and not talk to anybody, but there is this level of community that also is built, right, as you're working out together. That reminds me, I just saw, JoJo's has become such a gathering place or even like a starting place for meetups. And I just saw there's a running club that meets on Fridays.
Really?
At JoJo's, yeah, to start or end, I guess, probably to have your coffee. But anyway, there are these other just pockets around our town and community that are connected to business.
Yes.
That are around fitness and around community. So there's plenty of options if you start to talk to people as you're going out and trying some of these options. So we talked a lot about different gyms in town, and again, that's not a full list. That's just one of some that we called out just in a quick search. But there's also a lot of yoga studios, and when we pulled the list, I was like, I did not realize we had that many.
Yeah, we do have a lot of yoga studios. We have 5 on our list here. We have Spiro Yoga, which is along Gilman near Bank of America. We have Hot Yoga Experience Issaquah, which is in the Common Shopping area. Yoga 6, which is also a hot yoga studio, as well as some other opportunities within there that just opened recently. And then Arise Yoga and Wellness, which is on 1 street off of Front Street. And then Pilates Studio 11, which is in the Issaquah Highlands.
Wow. That's a ton of options for a pretty small community. But you're right. I think our community is very centered on wellness and on fitness. So yeah, we, one thing and some feedback we've gotten from our listeners, which I love hearing from folks that are watching or listening to Buzz, is that we fly through a lot of these names really quickly as we're talking about things. So we're going to make a point of making sure that we list all of these businesses on our YouTube channel and in the description of each video. So if you're listening now and you're saying, what was that one that they talked about that, was in the Highlands? You can check it out on YouTube later and we'll have that list. So thanks for that feedback. I agree. Sometimes we can fly through a lot of business names quickly.
I think it's a part of our enthusiasm.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've talked a bit about, of course, fitness, New Year's resolutions, but I saw another post recently that it made me laugh, but also it made me really think twice about how I support local businesses. And it was from Bohm's Chocolate. And it was cute. It was a selfie of someone that was working there. And it was like, all right, you guys are doing really too well on your New Year's resolutions. Why don't you come by Bohm's and grab some chocolate?
It's all about balance.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a good reminder too of, Bohm's or other places like that's like unspoken. You'd go there during the holidays to get gifts, or probably around Valentine's Day. I know they're swamped, right? But yeah, in the dead of January, who's going to Bohm's and buying a ton of chocolate? So it was a good reminder, I think, just to think about some of those businesses that have these kind of peaks and valleys of customers, that those stop-offs, or if you start really thinking and shopping locally in off times, that's really important to local businesses too.
It is.
Yeah. So anyway, it was funny, and I just wanted to throw it in there as we're talking through New Year's resolutions, like, don't stop, I guess, eating all the good things. Just go to a gym.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't forget to enjoy your life, but also exercise.
Yeah. All right. So speaking about fitness, and we've been talking a lot about indoor opportunities with gyms and yoga studios, we do have a lot of people too that don't really care about what time of year it is or what the weather is. This has been actually this week that we're recording, the weather's been amazing in January. But there's folks that use our trail system or our outdoors all year round for their fitness goals. And I mean, we're named Trailhead City. And so it is such a free, amazing resource here in town. And so we did a really fun hiking video with our park ranger. It's amazing. Issaquah has a park ranger that is a steward of a lot of our open space. But he picked out some of his favorite hikes for making sure that you're meeting your New Year's resolution goals. So let's check that out and see what Alex has to say.
Well, it is a chilly December morning here in Issaquah. I know a lot of you probably have some New Year's resolutions coming up here. Maybe one of those is to get back outside, back out on the trails. And thankfully, Issaquah is one of the great places in the Pacific Northwest to do that. Right now, we're at the Senator Bill Ramos Memorial Trailhead, formerly known as the East Sunset Way Trailhead. It's a great jumping off point for a lot of really great hikes in this area. We got plenty of parking here. There's some electric vehicle charging stations too as well. So just a little more accessibility. You can take some easy hikes. We've got a direct link right into Park Point. So the area kind of by Issaquah High School, a lot of really easy trails kind of meander through that forested area there. If you're looking for something a little more challenging, you can go up to Tradition Plateau. There's a ton of different trail options up there just to kind of meander around. And then if you're looking for something really challenging, like you really want to get into that New Year's resolution, you can pretty much access Poo Poo Point and the Tiger Mountain Trail system. So a ton of different options for pretty much any skill level. So with winter hiking, it's very tempting to start out with all of your layers on because, you know, you're cold, but really it's kind of counterintuitive. You want to start cold and then add layers as you need to. If you start out with all your layers on, you're going to sweat, and then that sweat's just going to make you colder in the long run. So it's really important to be bold, start cold, and make sure you have layers to use as needed because you're going to warm up while you're moving. If getting outdoors and getting back on the trail is one of your New Year's resolutions, I think it's a great one. Getting out in the outdoors is really good for your mental and physical health. You just want to make sure you do it safe and responsibly. So make sure you have your 10 essentials, make sure you know before you go, follow the leave no trace principles, and just have a good year getting in the outdoors.
Well, that was great to know that we've got kind of one main spot to go to that has so many different opportunities.
Yes.
Of just different trails that we can explore all in one spot. And I love that there's a place to charge too for EVs.
Yes.
So that was really great. Great recap by Ranger Alex. So that is a wrap on this edition of Issaquah Buzz. Thank you so much for listening and watching on YouTube. If you have any business news or want us to track down some gossip or any feedback on the Buzz, we'd love to hear from you at ed@issaquahwa.gov. Thanks again for joining us.
Happy New Year, guys.